Chuck's Off the Grid World. Here today, I want to do a task on putting some new shock absorbers on my motorhome. I just ordered these about 4 days ago. I bought them online. The best price I could find on was $381 and some change plus tax, free shipping. They came by FedEx by 4 days. I did end up buying them on eBay. It was the best price I could find. Amazon was at $393, I believe, so about $10 difference in price, and it's free shipping there as well, but you had to have Prime. These are Bilstein shocks. They're German. The company's German. I didn't know where they was actually made because they have factories all over the world. But here in a moment I'll show you where they're made. Says that they're gas pressure shock absorber. It's in about 15 different languages there. Looks like Arab and Chinese and Japanese, and I don't know what else. German, of course. Engineered for performance. But we'll pull one out and take a look at it and see what it looks like. Let's get one that's the box is kind of open here. Okay. If I can get it out. Alright. There it is. Looks like a work of art to me. Look how big and long those things are. I didn't measure them, but they're long. I put several shocks on different vehicles. I never had one come with a strap like this. The only reason I think the strap is so it holds in position, so it's easier to put into the bolts back into place. But the shock says where it's made. I'm not real crazy about where it's made, but right there, I don't know if you can read that or not. It says assembled in Mexico. I prefer American-made stuff. I could not find American-made shock for it. I believe even the Ford shocks were made in Mexico or assembled in Mexico. These are, like I said, it's a German company, but this particular shock comes assembled from Mexico, which I guess that's okay. It's going to have to be okay. These came very highly recommended from some good friends of mine, and doing some internet searching, I find it they had a very good rating. The only thing I was considering buying was some Coney shocks. I found that the Coney shocks were quite a bit more pricey, at least $100 each per shock. I'm a Coney fan because of my motorcycle business that I owned. Coney's make some really good shock absorbers for motorcycles, but obviously this motorhome is not a motorcycle, and I think these Bilsteins will be top notch. So there's one other thing I want to show you is this sticker right here. Okay, now this sticker is a must. If you have a Subaru, you must put this sticker on the back of your Subaru. Enough said on that. Thank you for watching. To put the motorhome up on jacks, up on my hydraulic jacks. Let me show you, for those that don't know what this is about. See that right there? That's a front hydraulic jack. And let's go to the back here, and I'll show you one in the back. See that right there is a hydraulic jack. Okay, what I want to do is take these pieces of wood and put them underneath the jacks, because I'm not on concrete, I'm on gravel, you know, keep it from sinking down, and just make for a better contact. And in order to do that, I'm going to use this little tool right here. You're going to say, what is that tool and why are you using this? Well, this tool is actually to release my awning so I can bring it down. That's a lock on my awning. Well, a lot of the newer motorhomes have electric ones or have a different way to do it, so most people don't have this. But this is kind of handy because what I've done is I've taken these pieces of plywood, put a hole in, and I go like this, and I can put them under there underneath without actually having to climb underneath there, which makes it a lot easier. I'm going to do the back one. You just kind of put it where you think it's supposed to be, right there, and then you can put the jacks down. I'm going to have to bring the slides out in, but I'm going to finish putting these pieces of wood under, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Thank you. What I need to do here is I need to pull the slides in. This is the main big slide. It's not out very far. It's only out maybe a quarter of the way, but still need to pull them all the way in so I can put the jacks down. So the way it's done on this particular one, I got to turn this key, hit this button here wrong way, and just bring it in. You can't do that when the key's in ignition for safety reasons. See it coming in. That's it. Right there's the stop. And I just turn the key back off. This back one is a similar deal. Here's a switch right here. Just push the switch in and it starts coming in. Bed and all is coming in. And that's it. They're both in. So now I can set the jacks in place. I'm going to video that as well because some of you perhaps have never seen that done. Maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. Thank you for watching. Lowering jacks to jack the vehicle up. You usually use the leveling device to level your motorhome so when you're inside of it, it's not awkward to move around. But first thing I do is start the engine. Wow, it's a Ford. It did start. Okay, gotta make sure the emergency brake is on. Okay, it says the emergency brake is on because if you don't set the emergency brake, the whole system won't work. Then gotta turn the on button on. Okay, it's on, and I hit automatic. Now I'm gonna try, after I hit the automatic, I'll try to run outside so you can see it actually jacking up. It's gonna do some weird stuff. And sometimes at first when you do it, it kind of scares you because it jumps around a lot. Okay, there it goes. Let me jump outside here real quick. Okay. As it takes it a while to start doing something, it's going to do the back first, it looks like, because the back is lower. Okay, it's on the ground. I almost missed that piece of wood there, but I think it's going to be okay. The other ones, see how it's going up and down? It'll go up and down and jerk around and do all kinds of weird stuff. The reason I'm doing this is so I have a little more room to climb underneath there to replace the shocks. There's enough room in the back to do it without jacking it up, but the front is lower to the ground. That's why I put that extra piece of wood there. You hear it doing some weird stuff? Okay. There's, I don't know why it does it. It goes back and forth until it likes to find where level is as much as possible. So it's raising it up in the front end now. And the back wheel is actually off the ground there. That's how how low it is in the back. Front end's still pretty much on the ground. Rarely does it pick it up off the ground, but sometimes it does. Just it does what it has to do to make it as level as it possibly can get. Still running. I think it's just about ready to quit here. Let me go inside here and show you. Okay, now see that green light blinking in the center there? That means it's as level as it can possibly get. It doesn't mean it's absolutely level, but it's as level as it can get with the particular terrain I have right here. So I think we're pretty good. I'll shut her down and I'll get right back to you. Can you see them there? This is the back end. I'm going to do the rear end first because I believe it's easier to do, it's easier to get to, and it'll give me a little bit of insight on how to do it. I have to get my tools I'm going to need. It looks like it's going to be a big honking wrench, probably about 1.25 inches if I had to make a guess. I need some WD-40 to spray on those shocks on the bolts so they'll come out easier. But yeah, that's going to be it. You know, it don't look like it's going to be too horribly bad, but we shall see. All right, thank you. By the time I get this job done, there will be 15 or 20 more tools on this bench, but let's start out with these. Okay, I got a breaker bar because those bolts are big and probably have to use this breaker bar to have the leverage to break them loose. This is a 1/2 inch ratchet with a 1/8 inch socket. It's the right size. This is a crescent wrench to hold the other bolt. I didn't have a regular wrench that was 1 1/8 inches. I had everything but that. I don't know what happened to it, but I don't like using crescent wrenches. They're very unprofessional, but sometimes you got to use them. I got some WD-40 to spray on the bolts. I got my cell phone in case I'm in trouble, you know, if I need to take a picture or something. And then I got my sissy gloves here. I don't want to get my sissy hands dirty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spray some WD-40 on those bolts so it'll help loosen them up. Be back with you in a moment. Let's see how tight they really are. Pretty sure they're gonna be pretty stiff, but we shall see. Put the big torsion bar on there. Okay, let's turn them the right way. Oh yeah, yeah, they're tight. Oh man, I don't know if I can break that loose or not. I'd have to already get a hammer. Oh yeah, boy, those are tight. Okay, maybe I could use an impact driver on it to break them loose. Don't know, but that is really, really tight. I don't know if I can get something else to give me work. In here. Nope. Okay. We're already breaking this bolt loose, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at this shock absorber, and it's already got Bilstein shocks on it. Bilstein shocks on it. This vehicle's got 46,000 miles. We bought it about 5 or 6 years ago, and it had, I believe, 18,000 miles on it. So these shocks couldn't possibly have more than 25,000 miles on them. They're not leaking, and I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone. They already got new shocks on it. I assumed that they were original Ford shocks, but apparently the previous owner had changed them out. Okay, So I think I'm gonna check the front shocks, make sure they're Bilstein as well, and see and make a decision. Thank you for watching. I'd like to show you something I did to the suspension. I watched several videos about this. It helps on the handling. This is on the F53 Ford chassis. Don't believe it'd work on the newest one with the V8 engines, but works on these. See this bolt right here, and this hole right, this bolt here was originally here. So I took it loose and then put it to here. What that does, that's torsion bar or anti-sway bar, and it puts a little more tension on that anti-sway bar. I'm not telling you to do this, I'm just telling you this is what I did. From I understand, these chassis, Ford makes them and they sit in a warehouse somewhere, and then they go on different applications. For example, they could be on a bread truck or something. Maybe this lighter is better on a bread truck, but on the motorhome, this obviously, to me, this is a better application here. It just makes the vehicle handle so much better. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it was an improvement of about 8. You know how much it costs to do that? My favorite amount, 0. Just a little time and effort. There's ones in the front as well, and I'll show you. And there's one on both sides and one here on the back. You can see that over there, the same on that. But that made a huge difference. That's that bar going across there. It's an anti-sway bar, torsion bar, whatever you want to call it. Thank you. I gotta go to the front and see what kind of shocks are on the front. Thank you. Here we can view it. I believe they're the same, the Bilsteins. Now this is the front anti-sway bar. The original hole was right there. You see where my finger is? Moved it from the outside one to this inside one. Very easy job. Seen a lot of people on the internet talking about this. It seems that everybody's happy with the results. I'm happy with the results, but I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you what I did. Thank you for watching.